everybody. Welcome. Welcome to YogiMe. I'll just give everybody just a minute or two to join. Hello, welcome. So my name's Hannah and we'll be going for about 45 minutes here with a gentle yoga flow. I said this last time, but I'll just keep saying it. But I am pregnant. I'm about 6 months pregnant. So I won't be demonstrating every move with you guys. So instead of looking at the screen and trying to follow along with me, it might be better just to listen, turn your volume up, and try to listen to the cues more so than watch me. I'll do as much as I can, obviously, but yeah, if you have any questions, you can always comment them. I'll get back to you at the end. All right, so we'll just get started. We're gonna start just in a comfortable seated position. A comfortable cross-leg position will work. Just make sure your sit bones are nice and connected to the ground. And you're sitting up nice and tall, stacking your vertebrae on top of each other, including the vertebrae in your neck. So maybe tuck your chin slightly and relax your shoulders. And if you're comfortable here, you can close your eyes or you can keep a soft gaze at the ground in front of you. And we'll just begin our practice just by breathing. Just checking in with your body. And just notice how your body's feeling today. Notice if there's any tightness or soreness. Not changing anything, not changing your breath, just observing for a moment. Letting our mind meet our body in the present moment. So if your mind ever starts to wander about what will happen after class or starts thinking about what happened today, just gently pull your mind back in to the present moment and just think about maybe your breath, the gentle rise and fall of your chest. Maybe start to breathe a little bit deeper in and out through your nose. Drawing the air to the very bottom of your lungs. And then we'll start to connect some movement to our breath. So as you inhale, start to scoop your arms out and up Bringing them all the way up overhead, bring your palms to touch, and then as you exhale, bring your hands slowly down to your sides. As you inhale, scoop your arms up and touch your palms together. Exhale, bring your hands back down to the mat. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, bring your hands down to the mat. Inhale, reach up. And exhale your lungs completely as your hands come back down to the mat. Inhale, reach up. Fill your lungs. Exhale, hands down to the floor. Bring your right ear towards your right shoulder. And you can reach your left hand down towards the ground. And then maybe bring your right hand to your left ear. Just giving a little bit of extra weight. And then return your right hand back down to the floor. Bring your left ear towards your left shoulder. Reach your right hand down towards the ground. And then your right hand should be reaching. Your left hand can come to your right ear. And breathe into your right neck muscles. You should feel a nice stretch there. Then release your left hand back down to the floor. And then bring your both hands to the mat in front of you. Rock forward and we'll come into a tabletop pose. So bring your shoulders right above your wrists and your hips right above your knees. And we'll start to warm up the spine with some cat-cow movements. So as you inhale, look forward and drop your belly down. And then as you exhale, round your spine, look behind you. Inhale back to your cow pose, drop your spine towards the ground and shine your heart forward. Exhale, round your spine. Create space in between your shoulder blades. Inhale, look forward, cow pose. Exhale, round your spine. Cat pose. And then continue this at your own pace, following your breath. Inhaling, opening your chest. And exhale as you close. Just one more round of breath. And then come back to a neutral spine, back to your tabletop position. Reach your right foot to the back of the mat. So your right toes are on the mat. Reach your right heel back behind you. So you feel a little stretch in your calf muscle. And then reach your right leg up so that your right thigh is parallel with the ground. And your hips are parallel with the ground. And then as you exhale, tap your right toes to the ground. Inhale as you reach them back up. Exhale, tap Inhale, reach your right leg up. Exhale as you tap. Inhale as you lift. Exhale, tap. Inhale as you lift. And this time as you exhale, as you drop your toes, drop them over to the left side. So maybe just at the edge of your mat, your right toes touch. And then you lift them back up. And then tap them to the edge of your mat. And then lift them back up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, lift them back up and hold. And then set your right knee down to meet your left knee. And then send your left leg, your left foot to the back of the mat. So your left toes are on the mat and your left heel is reaching back, getting a little stretch in your calf. And then reach your left leg up so that your left thigh is parallel with the floor. Make sure your hips are square to the floor. And then tap your left toes to the ground. And as you inhale, lift your left leg up. And tap. Inhale as you lift. Exhale. Tap. Inhale, lift. And then continue this. Going at your own pace. And then the next time you tap, tap over to the right side. So that right edge of your mat. And then lift as you inhale. Exhale as you tap to the right. Inhale as you lift. Exhale as you tap. And inhale. And continue this for a few rounds. Just getting a little bit warmed up. And then you can drop your left knee to meet your right and tuck both toes underneath. Spread your fingers wide and then start to lift your hips up high, coming into your downward facing dog. So lifting your hips up as high as they'll go, pressing into all 10 fingers. And lengthening your spine. And breathe. And then bend your right knee, set your right knee down on the floor. Turn your left foot so that it's firmly planted and reach your left arm up towards the ceiling. Stacking your shoulders, opening up your hips. Making sure your left foot has a firm connection with the ground. Then inhale as you broaden your chest. Exhale, reach your left hand forward over your left ear. Feel a nice stretch in the left side of your body. Inhale as you reach up. Exhale as you set your left hand down on the floor. Reach your left leg up. And then reach your right hand forward. Lengthening through your spine. Look down so that your neck is in line with your spine. And reach forward with your right hand and kick back with your left foot. Then inhale as you lift your limbs a little bit higher. Exhale as you set everything back down. Tuck your toes underneath. Press up to your downward facing dog. Let your heels fall down towards the ground. And then bend your left knee, set your left knee down on the floor. Turn your right foot so that it's firmly planted into the ground. Reach your right arm up. Stack your shoulders. Open up your hips. And make sure your right foot has a firm connection with the ground. Inhale as you broaden through your chest. Exhale, reach your right hand over your right ear. Pulling your right hand away from your right foot. And then reach your right hand back up towards the ceiling. And exhale as you set your right hand down on the mat. Reach your right leg up. And then reach your left hand forward. Lengthening through your spine. Kicking back with your right foot. Reaching forward with your left hand. Trying to maintain a little bit of balance. And inhale as you lift your limbs a little higher. And exhale as you set everything back down. Coming back to your tabletop. Tuck your toes underneath. And lift your hips up high, coming back to your downward facing dog. And take 5 nice deep breaths here. And then look forward, bend your knees. Start to take some baby steps up towards your hands until you find yourself in a forward fold. Let your head and your neck dangle. And maybe you grab opposite elbows to create a little bit of extra weight. Your knees can be slightly bent here. And then maybe you gently rock a little bit side to side. And notice those subtle sensations in your legs. And then when you're ready, bring your hands to your shins right below your knees and then start to lift up halfway. Create length in your spine. Pull the crown of your head forward and your tailbone back. Lengthening here. And then as you exhale, fold forward. Maybe bend your knees a little bit. And then inhale as you lift all the way up to standing. Circle your arms up overhead. Bring your palms to touch. And then exhale, bring your hands down to your sides. Broaden your chest, pull your shoulder blades together and down your back. Palms face forward. Inhale as you reach up. You can look up, maybe take a little back bend. And then exhale as you fold forward. Inhale as you lift up halfway. Exhale as you fold forward. Bend your knees and lift all the way up. Inhale. Exhale, hands to your sides. Broaden your chest. Inhale as you reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift up halfway with a flat back. Exhale as you plant your hands, step your feet back to plank pose, and hold here for a few breaths. You can always drop to your knees. Keep your shoulders above your wrists. And then maybe rock slightly forward on your toes and gently, slowly lower all the way down to your belly. Chaturanga. Inhale as you take a baby cobra, so shine your heart forward. And then exhale as you touch your chin to the floor, tuck your toes, and use your arms to press yourself up into your downward facing dog. And take 5 deep breaths here. And then look forward, bend your knees. Take a step or a couple steps or a hop to the front of the mat. And then lift up halfway as you inhale. Exhale as you fold forward. Bend your knees and reach all the way up as you inhale. Exhale as you bring your hands to your sides. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale up halfway. Exhale, plant your hands, step or hop back to your plank. And chaturanga as you slowly lower all the way to your belly. Inhale to your cobra, take a little back bend and shine your heart. Exhale as you tuck your toes and lift your hips up high, downward facing dog. And take 5 nice deep breaths here. And then reach your right leg up towards the ceiling. Step your right foot to the outside of your right hand. Turn your left heel to the ground. And then start to cartwheel your hands up, coming into your warrior two. So your right knee is bent, right hand reaching forward, left hand reaching back, gazing forward over your right hand. Bringing your right knee out so that it's right above your right ankle. Arms are parallel with the ground. And then flip your right palm up towards the ceiling and reverse your warrior. So right hand comes up, left hand comes down to your left thigh, and right hand comes away from your right knee. then bring your right elbow to your right knee. Reach your left arm up overhead for your side angle pose. Then use your core as you lift back up to your warrior two. Straighten your right knee and reach forward with your right hand. Bring your right hand to your right shin, left arm reaches up. And keep your hips open, but maybe you drop your right hand a little lower on your shin. And then use your core as you lift back up, rebend your right knee, come back to your warrior two. And then cartwheel your hands down to the ground. Step your right foot back to your plank. And then we'll bring it through a flow. So when you're ready, chaturanga, lower to the floor. Inhale up to your cobra or your back bend. Then exhale as you tuck your toes, lift your hips up. Downward facing dog. Then reach your left leg up towards the ceiling. Step your left foot to the outside of your left hand. Right ankle, right heel comes to the ground. And then cartwheel your hands up, coming into your warrior two, gazing over your left hand. Keep your shoulders soft and away from your ears. And keep your left knee reaching out instead of collapsing inwards. And then flip your left palm up towards the ceiling. Right hand comes to right thigh, reverse warrior. You can look up at your left hand. Reaching your left hand as far away from your left knee as possible. And then bring your left elbow to your left knee. Right arm reaches up overhead, side angle pose. So you're creating a long line from your right fingertips to the outside edge of your right foot. And then use your core as you lift back up to your warrior two. Gaze forward. Straighten your left knee. Reach forward with your left hand. Bring your left hand to your left shin. Right arm reaches up for your triangle pose. And you can look up at your right hand. Keep your hips nice and open and your shoulders stacked. Then use your core as you lift back up. Rebend your left knee, warrior two. And then cartwheel your hands down to the mat. Step your left foot back to meet your right, coming into your plank. And you can bring it through a flow, chaturanga, lower to your belly with control. Inhale as you come up to your back bend, shine your heart. Then exhale as you tuck your toes, lift your hips up high, downward facing dog. And take 5 nice deep breaths here. And then when you're ready, start to walk your hands back towards your feet. So you're in your forward fold. And then walk your hands forward, back to your down dog. Walk your hands back towards your feet, forward fold. Walk your hands forward, down dog. And then last time, we'll walk our hands back to a forward fold. Round your spine, bend your knees, and lift all the way up. Circular arms up overhead as you inhale. Exhale as you bring your hands to your sides. Bring your palms to touch. And press your palms in towards each other. Bring your thumbs to your sternum. Feet are hip distance apart. And start to bring your weight into your right foot. Left knee comes out and left heel pops up. And you can kickstand here, bringing your left ankle to rest on your right ankle. And you can stay here, or you can bring your left foot to your calf, or help it up to your inner thigh. Wherever you're most comfortable today. And once you're grounded and you feel a little bit stable, you can start to grow your branches. Either lifting your arms up or maybe coming into cactus arms. Maybe stay at heart center. Think about bringing your left knee out. I'm pressing your leg into your foot and your foot into your leg. And then when you're ready, you can bring your hands back to heart center. Step your left foot to the mat. And take some baby chair poses here. Just to reset everything. And then bring your weight into your left foot. Let your right heel peel up off the floor and bring your right knee out. And you can kickstand, or again, bring your foot to your calf or help it up to your inner thigh. And once you're feeling stable, you can start to grow your branches. Finding a focal point, something you can direct your attention to, direct your gaze to. And don't forget to breathe. And you can bring your hands back to heart center. Step your right foot back to the ground and take some baby chair poses. And then step your feet out a little bit wider than hips distance, toes point out. And we'll come into your yogi squat. So bring your hips back as far as they'll go. And then drop your hips as low as they will go. And maybe your heels pop up off the floor, that's okay. You can use your elbows to gently press your knees out, but make sure your knees are pressing into your elbows. And then when you're ready, you can lower all the way down to a seated position. And bring your legs out in front of you. Keep them about a little bit wider than hips distance. Keep both of your feet pointing up and sit up nice and tall. And maybe this is the pose for you. Maybe it's a little difficult. Maybe you lean up against a wall. But if you can sit up nice and tall here, maybe just start to reach forward, hinging from your hip creases, and reach forward. See if you can bring your fingertips right above your toes. Maybe a little further. But think about keeping your spine nice and long. Nice and tall, keeping your vertebrae stacked on top of each other. And think about bringing your toes up towards the ceiling. And then you can come back to seated. And then bring the soles of your feet together. Maybe bring your hands and wrap them around your toes. Think about pulling your knees down towards the ground. And again, keep a nice long spine. And maybe this is just where your pose is. Maybe you kind of grab your feet and you lean forward, still keeping a nice tall spine. And then when you're ready, you can lean back and close your legs up. And then round your spine and slowly lower all the way down on your back. Cross your right ankle over your left knee. Right knee comes away from you. And you can draw your legs in, maybe grab your left thigh. Pulling your legs as close to you as comfortable, as close as you would like. Feeling a stretch in your hips and maybe your hamstrings. And then when you're ready, you can bring both feet back down to the floor. Cross your left ankle over your right knee. And again, you can reach your legs back towards you. When you're ready, you can uncross your legs, bring your feet back to the floor, and then bend your knees, bring your knees into your chest, so you're still laying down on the ground. Maybe grab the outsides of your feet and reach the soles of your feet up towards the ceiling, coming into happy baby. So reaching your knees in towards your armpits. Bringing the soles of your feet up towards the ceiling. And maybe you're rocking a little bit side to side to iron out your spine. And then when you're ready, you can start to set up for your final resting pose, Shavasana. And you can take this laying flat down on your backs. You can bend your knees and bring your knees into each other. You can even take this pose seated. Just finding a pose that's perfectly comfortable, where you can relax your shoulders. Where you can relax your jaw and the muscles in your face. And you can let your entire body feel heavy. And let gravity take control of your body for a moment. Almost as if gravity is pulling you down into the ground a little bit. And we'll remain here just for a few moments. As we let everything soak in. then start to wiggle your fingers. And wiggle your toes. Start to make some small movements. So you start to wake yourself back up. And if you're laying on the ground, maybe you roll onto the right side of your body. And then use your arms as you press yourself up into a comfortable seated position. And just like how we started class, as you inhale, maybe circle your arms up overhead and bring your palms to touch. Exhale, just bring your thumbs to heart center. Again, take a nice deep breath as you circle your arms up overhead. Palms together. Exhale as you bring your thumbs to heart center. Thank you for sharing this time with me today. Thank yourself for taking care of your body. But know that you are so much more than just your body. The light and love in me honors and acknowledges the light and love in you. Namaste. Thank you guys so much for joining. I'll be here again next week. Thank you. Bye.